Black Side Sports tonight. We're going to have college football recap week 6 in review. First, I would like for you to subscribe to this channel. Hit that like button, hit that notification button, but also comment on this video. Excuse me. Week 6 college football review. Today, we had one of the huge games of the year, the Red River rivalry, which we saw Oklahoma come back and pull off a late victory against the Texas Longhorns, who were down 27-20, came back, took the lead 30-27. But you seen Mr. Gabriel lead his team down the field and possibly to a college football playoff spot by beating the Texas Longhorns. We know the season is extremely long in the Big 12. We know they still have big games against the Kansas Jayhawks and other members of the Big 12. But it seems like Oklahoma has paved their way, and they have a 50% chance of making the college football playoff. Texas is still in it because they did go to Tuscaloosa and win, and they possibly still could get in with one loss. If they get to the Big 12 championship game, win it, they possibly could still get that spot. But this was a huge win for the Oklahoma Sooners and their prospects of going to the college football playoff. Secondly, the second biggest win of the day, I believe, is the Louisville Cardinals. I didn't think this team could pull it off, but they did at home. They did it with 5 turnovers. They did it conservatively with running the football and not making mistakes. If you get more turnovers than your opponent, more likely you'll win. And today, Notre Dame didn't play a big game. Their ACC streak was broken at 30 by the Louisville Cardinals, and they're sitting in a great position in the ACC right now because one of their conference opponents, one of their conference rivals, lost today. The Miami Hurricanes. Oh, Miami. They wish the great days was back. They wish the 80s, 90s, and early 2000s. But Mario Cristobal and the Miami Hurricanes did it again. They found a way to lose. With less than a minute left, Chaney fumbles the ball. Georgia Tech gets it back. King throws a 44-yard touchdown, Hail Mary, with 2 seconds left. And Miami's undefeated season goes down the drain. Just like that, against a 2-3 Georgia Tech football team in a shocking loss by the Miami Hurricanes. This is what happens when you don't hold on to the football. Turnovers are so huge in football. If you lead in that plus-minus situation, if you get more turnovers than your opponent, you usually win that football game. And we saw the Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets run out of the back door of Miami with a huge victory that nobody expected them to win. Huge victory. And the Miami Hurricane seem like they are still treading water in college football. But we also had a battle of 2 undefeateds today. We had the Kentucky Wildcats visit Georgia, and as I predicted in my college football picks that Georgia would blow out Kentucky, I went 2-1 this week. I lost the one game with Wisconsin, and Rutgers thought Wisconsin would do better. Instead of they only won by 11, I thought they would win by 14. In my other pick, I had Alabama over A&M. So I'm up right now, 15-3 this season on my picks. But let's get back to Georgia and Carson Beck. And Carson Beck is getting better every year. He gets better every week. And the more time he gets in that uniform, playing quarterback, being a leader of the Georgia Bulldogs, they're going to be difficult to beat. Just a talented, well-coached football team by Kirby Smart. You saw today in which they put up 51 points on a team that just blew out the Florida Gators. This is how good this Georgia football team is, and I expect them to win their division and possibly win the SEC championship. But we saw another matchup In the division between Alabama and Texas A&M today, Milroe had a good day today, throwing the football, which was surprising. Alabama fell behind 17-10 at halftime, came back, put up 16, held Texas A&M to 3, ended up winning 26 to 20. Good win by Nick Saban because Nick Saban is trying to adapt to his team's talent. And he's starting to roll just a little bit. You know how I feel about Alabama. First one to 20 wins. Bama right now is starting to feel themselves. They're starting to feel like a team. They're starting to say, hey, this is our identity. If we play this way, we possibly can win the division and face Georgia in the SEC championship game. This is huge for Alabama to get that win because they still got Arkansas, still got Tennessee, still got Auburn. They still have LSU. They have some big games, some roadblocks before they can even attempt to get into that SEC championship game. But this is a solid win because they needed it, a conference win. They're still in first place in their division, and we'll see how Nick Saban and this team progresses during the regular season. But another team I want you to take a look at. Great offensive team, mediocre on defense, the North Carolina Tar Heels, because they have a great quarterback in Drake May. They blew out Syracuse 40-7. Syracuse got blown out last week by Clemson, so that don't mean nothing. But I'm just saying, North Carolina has a shot to make a run because they have the quarterback, they have the talent, they have the coach, and they have a player who will be one of the top 2 quarterbacks in this upcoming draft. So we'll see if North Carolina can pave a way to win the ACC and possibly get into that playoff berth. Right now, while I'm doing this video, SC just went up. They up 1 on Arizona, not playing very well. You know how their defense is extremely weak, but I expect SC to win this game. But to me, SC doesn't look like a team that's going to be making the college football playoff. This is what I wanted to talk about in a recap. The biggest play of the day was Oklahoma. The second was Louisville. Didn't expect it at all, but they did it. I want to thank you for listening to Black Side Sports. Hope you subscribe to this channel, smash that like button, but also share this video.